Hello, and welcome to our factory. And we're talking today about what it takes to build a Boss Leather sofa and the incredible amount of precision steps it takes to build a quality piece. So you can see we have a vast variety of leather in the waiting, as well as we do have some special order leather that's not here that we bring in as we need it. So I just wanted to have you take a look at all these leathers and the different quality of the leathers that we have. We have aniline, semi-aniline, pull-up leathers, distressed leathers, brush leathers, every variety of leather that's known to man. So when the cutters start, basically we have the tag order and they'll pull the leathers that they need in order to cut that particular order. Then they'll walk over to the patterns, bring the pattern over, select the leathers that are necessary, or at least the amount of leathers that are necessary to build a sofa, and then the patterns are marked and cut. What they do is they make sure that the seats and backs and side panels and all the visible places that you would see the sofa, all the best pieces are cut for that. Then everything else is cut around it. So that's basically a signature situation that only Boss Leather does. Unrated hero of a sofa is its pattern. If the pattern is made with precision and an experienced upholsterer is making a pattern can make or break the look of a sofa. So when it's done correctly, you'll get beautiful lines, straight lines everywhere you go. It's easier to sew when it's marked correctly, and you are able to duplicate the process fairly easily. You can see here there's literally hundreds of patterns that are ready to go at any given time. So they are basically categorized. Each sofa has its own pattern, and basically they're pulled out as the order is required. Many people don't know that we make fabric sofas at Boss Leather because of the name Boss Leather, but we do, and we make a spectacular product. Okay, so let's go over a little bit of the sewing process. Here what we have is a baseball stitch or a double stitch, and you'll see here that if you look at it, in my opinion it's the strongest stitch. When I have two leather pieces that are folded over and then a nylon backing, it's sewn together and it goes through three surfaces, I find that to be a very strong stitch. So we call that baseball stitch. It looks very nice, very clean. No dust can really gather on this type of seam because it's a smooth seam, okay? And that's why it's my favorite. Here, you'll see that the frame is completely covered in foam. So you do not see any wood here at all. Now, a lot of manufacturers don't go through that process. We do. It just makes everything a lot more quiet. You don't hear any creaks, cracks, or noises from your furniture when you do this. So this is called a no-sag spring. So what happens is you need a special tool to pull it tight so we can hog tie all the pieces. There may be fancier coils out there, but there's really nothing stronger than a no-sag coil. We do have drop-in coils, and we're going to be in the process of making 8-way hand tie. I still think this is the strongest way to do that, and every sofa has its own way of that happening. So some are closer, some are farther. You'll see us maintaining their integrity by putting a nice string, a metal string across it and hog tying that, so these do not separate, okay, and give you sagging down the road. The way we build our platinum pieces, which is not well known either, is the arms are bolt on. Now that doesn't mean that they're weaker, that actually makes it stronger. And the reason why we do that, in a tight situation, we can actually remove the arms and actually deliver it to any part of the house imaginable. So some basements are really tight and can't fit larger pieces. Taking the arms out makes life easy, and that happens. Sometimes we're delivering to apartments and the elevators are not tall enough. This helps there as well. So it's another exclusive feature that we have at Boss Leather that other people don't really have. When you look at the back of our sofas, we treat the backs of our sofas the same way we do the fronts. These are double stitched, so they'll be double stitched all the way through the whole sofa. as opposed to competitors who really just use a single stitch here. It's a less expensive way of doing it. It doesn't look quite as aesthetically pleasing. And here you can see that there's actual workmanship involved. So let's say you have an open side where it's an open concept house and you want to look at the back of your sofa. Looks fantastic every time. The frame that we build is the foundation of a solidly built piece here at Boss Leather. So the frame is where everything starts. With the frames, we're using nothing but kiln-dried wood. We do use engineered plywood in some cases, but the majority of our pieces are all maple, and basically worm-free maple, and kiln-dried so they don't creak, crack, warp, or bend. So with our frames, we give them a lifetime warranty, and there's a reason behind that. We are building them to last. What we do here is basically, these envelopes are made. Essentially what you'll do, so you'll see here that the inside is basically lined like a pillow with like pillowcase material, so all the material doesn't fall out. So this is a nice clean way to do it. So it also makes it easier to replace or refill. I don't have to go pulling every little piece out. I can just pull out the envelope and give you a new envelope. We basically have an ultra gel foam here. This foam here, high density, very durable. We give it a 3-year warranty on all our sofas. Basically holds its shape for quite a long time. We do add, downfilled as an option, as well as chipped microgel as well. So a couple things you can add to the sofa as far as the foam is concerned, and those options are all available to you. People may ask, what happens to all the scraps left over from when we cut? Well, you can see here there's a whole load, and they're all going to be recycled and reused and repurposed. Made into wallets, purses, whatever could be made with whatever's there. So again, being environmentally friendly and responsible, very important to us here at Boss Leather. After everything is cut, everything is sewn. The linings are sewn, everything is filled. The last piece of the puzzle is actually the upholstery part. Now again, because everything was done perfectly ahead of the time, it makes this part very easy. So when you're looking at everything, it's a culmination to get us to the finish line. So this piece is our signature piece. Hope you enjoyed our little factory tour, and you enjoyed the many steps it takes to build a Boss Leather piece. If you have any further questions, you can visit us on our website and chat with us there.